I just like doing that, but what's up, everybody, and welcome to my TLC pay-per-view review 2017. There will be live reactions posted on the show later on tonight or during this thing. Hurt my tooth right there. But as I said, it will be live reactions. But welcome to my review, Minneapolis, Minnesota. They were live tonight, and kicking off the first match of the show, pre-show match, was Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox, one-on-one. Mostly a very predictable outcome, but it wasn't really a bad match. The people were actually into it, so they had some time out there. They got their stuff in, so it was pretty good. Like, it wasn't a bad match. It was pretty good, really. I can't really say nothing that bad about it. Only thing was just that it was predictable, and you just kind of knew who was gonna win. And I will say this about Alicia Fox. Talking about this pay-per-view. It's crazy that she's been in this company for 10 years, and even I'm kind of even thinking, like, she never had a t-shirt all the time she's been in this company until she said something about a t-shirt. Now they make her a t-shirt. And, she's had to do something good. She's been able to keep her job here for over 10 years now in this company. So, wasn't much to complain about this match. It was pretty good. I guess this gives Sasha something to do right now to go against crazy Alicia Fox. So, fans are actually into it. Next was the first official match of the show, Asuka versus Emma. And there's a lot to say about this match. Now, some may disagree with me what I'm about to say, but I know a majority of people have said this, including myself. Asuka should have came out there and killed Emma in like 10 to 30 seconds early. That's how this match should have went. Because if you guys have built Asuka up, yes, she was unstoppable in NXT. She was undefeated. She held the NXT Women's Champion for over 500 and something days. And you built her up to be a legit killer, even comparing her to Goldberg at some points. Why is she doing a competitive match with Emma? And yes, they have done a match before back at NXT TakeOver in London and everything, but this is kind of now, though. And don't get me wrong, I didn't think Emma was going to get that much offense in against Asuka. Some believe they are taking the Nakamura approach when Nakamura came and he went against Ziggler at Backlash, and I was there for that pay-per-view. I think it was a better showcase, yeah, but most of this match was just for her to showcase. It was just a showcase for Asuka, really. So I don't know if this is really gonna give Emma anything else after this whole thing, because I didn't think it was gonna go that long. I really didn't. I thought it was gonna be a squash match. Asuka kills her. That's it. I just think I didn't think it really needed to be a competitive match. And like I said, I know it's giving Emma something, but let's be honest here. What has Emma really done in the past few years? Now they've started to pay attention to her a little, but most of the time, you see Emma, she's either losing or being jobbed out to everybody on Monday Night Raw or whatever show, really. Because yes, they sent her back to NXT, then they sent her back to the main roster, and she wasn't doing enough on the main roster. So I was surprised they let her get a lot of offense in. So she did, come off strong, but I think Asuka should have just killed her. Like, 30 seconds, that's it. Come to the ring, kick her, or Asuka lock, and that's it. It just should have been done like that. It was still a good debut, and, the match was good. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I just think it should have been done in like 20 to 30 seconds if you built her up to be an unstoppable, badass killer. Alright, but like I said, they're probably taking a Nakamura approach. Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus were backstage as Strowman and Kane showed up then, saying they were going to take out Kurt Angle since he was back tonight. And since Roman Reigns not here, and Kurt's gonna make sure he never came back. A weird thing throughout tonight we're gonna see is Elias Samson. Well, first off, he comes out quoting Prince's song, so Let's Go Crazy, until Jason Jordan starts coming out and throwing celery at him, which is just very strange. Listen, I missed the part of the pre-show where they did the Elias and Jason Jordan segment, so I'm going to see a lot of those tonight. So, I don't know, it was just strange. Like, why is he out here with like a shopping cart full of vegetables. I don't know. We'll see more of that later on in the night. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, which he had new music, went against Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander. They had Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph out on commentary. Listen, all I can say is this about this match. It was a good tag match. It was really solid. Mostly a spot fest, pretty much. It's just a cruiserweight, so they were just pretty much had a spot fest match. Okay, that's pretty much what it was. I don't know what's going on with this feud. I feel like I've seen it on Raw probably maybe about a week or two ago. I feel like I have for some reason. Maybe it was last Monday, or when it went one-on-one with each other. And to what I've seen, I feel like Kendrick and Gallagher haven't really gotten one win over them. I think they haven't. But I feel like this tag match has already happened. And this was just a spot fest. I'm not watching 205 Live. I'm not sure what's really going on 205 Live. I didn't really even know Jack Gallagher went heel at one point until I probably saw it on Raw when they jumped Enzo. But yes, Jack Gallagher is pretty much wrestling in a suit now. I think I may have already addressed this. I almost wanted to call him Low-Key, because Low-Key did it first, doing a little Agent 47 gimmick in Impact, and I don't know, I'm not trying to call him Jack, or is he Jack the Ripper, or is he looks like Rockstar Spud in some way. But like I said, it was a good tag team match. Swann and Alexander won. He hit the Phoenix Splash on Kendrick, and then Cedric hit the lumbar check for the win. So yeah, it was a spot fest. So I don't really know what's going on with the Cruiserweight division. Alexa Bliss went against Mickie James for the Women's Championship. It wasn't a bad match, but I don't think the crowd really cared about this. Especially when the crowd started chanting, "We want tables." I think the only other really bad spot throughout this match was when I guess both of them were supposed to kick each other in the head. Like Mickie did her kick, and it looked like Bliss didn't even hit nothing. It's just like they just both fell to the ground after that. Like Mickie hit her kick, but Bliss just kind of fell for no reason. And the match pretty much ended it with James trying to come at her. Bliss pretty much acted like she was injured, and then pulled her into the corner, and then hit a DDT for a win. And then they interviewed Mickie James and said, she gave her heart and soul in this match, and so this won't be her last time being in a women's champion. So pretty good match, but it's just like the crowd didn't care once they started chanting "We want tables" for some reason. So it wasn't the best match, and nothing memorable about it, but it was pretty good. They had a better match than that bad spot right there, and I just think the crowd just kind of gave up on them. One thing that was weird, we know it's going to be, and I'll get to this because I should have said this in another video with the old Kurt Angle thing, with I guess now that Rollins and Ambrose want to wear Shield gear. Enzo came out, which his voice was kind of hoarse out there. He did his entrance, and he said, the reason why he lost his voice because he partied and had a victory celebration a bit too long. Hopefully that meningitis isn't spreading around like it has done, Roman and Bray Wyatt and others. But he pretty much called Kalisto soft. Listen, I didn't care about this match. Listen, Kalisto, lucha things, goddamn, whatever. And Enzo won, poking him in the eye, and the eat the feet. I didn't really care. Dude, come on, Enzo shouldn't have had the belt taken off him to begin with to put on Kalisto. And yeah, he got a belt back now, but still. And I think fans thought they were cheering Enzo at one point anyways. So, like, nobody didn't care for Kalisto. Like, he had crickets coming out, and dude, it's like no one cared. Enzo got the belt back. That's all that mattered. Should have been taken on to begin with. And as we get to mostly the two top matches of the night, mostly the biggest matches everyone's been talking about all weekend, which, we know what has happened since Friday. It was announced that Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns would not be a part of this pay-per-view because they are suffering from meningitis. And it's also reported that Bo Dallas and JoJo was also have it also, meningitis too. I believe JoJo's mom said she didn't have it, but pretty much Bray Wyatt's family was kind of infected by it. His girlfriend JoJo, which I still can't believe that guy is hitting that. Still, still left his wife for her. But hey, I'm not gonna hate on that. There's many things to it, but yeah, mostly all of them were out sick. They were not there, so they had to be replaced. And who's the replacement? AJ freaking Styles. So it was AJ versus Finn Balor. Demon Finn Balor, by the way. We didn't use the Pumpkin Pumpkin King one, so we just had his regular demon entrance. And AJ was pretty much said, you gotta want to do this match. He said, yeah. And I believe he was flown in from South America to come over here to begin with, even though AJ had a stomach problem, but he was better now. He said he was good to go. But it was Styles and Finn Balor. Fans win the "This Is Awesome" chance before the bell even rang, which was pretty cool. And as they went back and forth with each other, there was a lot of too sweet, woo, woo, too sweet, woo, woo, too sweet chants. There was just a lot of cool stuff with both guys doing strikes against each other. I like the back and forth off the top rope with AJ hitting the, I believe it was AJ or Finn? I think it was Finn hitting a kick off the top rope then on him. AJ trying to go for a phenomenal forearm, but Balor was able to get out. Pretty much a shotgun drop kick on him to the barricade, and then kicking him that that soccer kick he does from the apron and stuff. Pretty much after that, AJ he tried to hit the calf killer, but Balor was able to break up and get out of it until he got to the 1916. He hit a Pele kick on him too. One thing that was cool was AJ hitting a Pele kick on Finn Balor off the top rope, and pretty much hit him with a Hurricane Rana after that. People went for "This Is Awesome" chants, and "Let's Go Balor." AJ Styles. AJ went for a 450 miss. Balor hit his shotgun drop kick. Hit the coup de grace for the win. Clean. So, and people chanted "Too Sweet," and then as both of them looked at each other, both Finn and AJ did the "Too Sweet" sign. I'm sure the Bullet Club is really kind of pissed about that right now, since they cannot even do the "Too Sweet" anymore, and I've met the Bullet Club this week, so yeah, we already know about the cease and desist, and yeah, AJ and Finn already signed here, so I guess they can do it. So I don't know, it's kind of taking, well, just kind of fucking with the Bullet Club, because we know it's Bullet Club versus WWE right now. So they pretty much came in, since both of them were Bullet Club leaders, they did their "Too Sweet" thing, and the crowd went nuts for it. So at least we got a great match. There wasn't no screwy shenanigans out here. I know a lot of people thought Gallows and Anderson would have probably interfered, or Jinder was going to interfere, or who was going to go over. And to be honest, I thought Finn Balor was mostly going to win this match anyways, because it's funny, they played a Survivor Series. It's the only night you're going to see Raw versus SmackDown. We're seeing a Raw versus SmackDown match right now. These guys had nearly 20 minutes out there, so they has a good lengthy time out there for this match. I thought it was a great match. Do I put it? Is it the match of the night? Hell yeah, it was the match of the night. I'll say that before I even get to the main event. It was the match of the night. It was just, people say it was a dream match, which it really is. And yes, this match was done at the last minute with no build or anything, and we still got a great match. It's still strange to me that we needed for this pay-per-view tonight, we needed a guy from SmackDown and a GM to save this pay-per-view, since I guess they don't believe in anybody else on the Monday Night Raw roster that was even become capable of this. And I'm glad we got this match better than the Great Pumpkin, Jack-o'-lantern himself, Finn Balor versus Drag Sister Abigail Bray Wyatt there. So this was a great substitute for it. It was awesome, and it was just a great match. Like I say, I knew Finn had to win if they were really trying to build him up to face Brock Lesnar for the title. And I guess AJ's got to go against Jinder, but I don't even want to talk about that part. That's what I saw on SmackDown, and try to just build this Jinder versus Brock thing. I feel like they're gonna have him beat AJ on SmackDown, building this, but it was great. I know people were just speculating on all weekend how this was gonna go. Could they reform a Bullet Club or a Balor Club? I don't know, but at least both former leaders of the Bullet Club pretty much had to put the "Too Sweet" signs in the air, and people went nuts. Now, like I said, for the Bullet Club, I'm not gonna go. We already said about the whole they can't do it and you only do one sweets, not two sweets, and cease and desist letters, and people aren't trying to call them unoriginal. And I've met them this week, and the cease and desist shirts. I saw one guy in the crowd that was wearing a cease and desist shirt. That was pretty funny. But mostly overall, great match. enjoyed it. It was awesome. And as we get to the Elias, once again, that's what we did this 3 times tonight with him throwing vegetables and stuff at him, which got into a match that I did not really care about. And it pretty much with Elias pretty much getting not Elias, but George getting a pin on him, roll up, and Elias' shoulder was cleared up the last second. So it'll be a rematch on Monday Night Raw. This was just most like cool to crowd down, but then Jason Jordan's not getting any type of reaction anyways. So yeah. And then we get to the main event of the show, The Miz, Kane, Braun Strowman in the Bar versus the Shield, or the Mini Shield, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and Kurt Angle. Which all 3 men came out and did the Shield entrance, and while the music was playing, they chanted "You suck" during it, as pretty much Kurt Angle walked in a Shield vest, an honorary one. First off, I think Kurt Angle should have got his own entrance. Okay, I feel like that. And here's my problem. I know this is with Kane entrance too, and Kurt Angle. We know we're not going to see that pyro since they're cutting costs on that, and there is no more pyro, so it's odd to see Kane's entrance without the pyro. And Kurt Angle is like, I feel like his entrance needed to have the pyro when he comes out here, but even I think he should have a separate entrance for this. And he pretty much came out and smiled while he was wearing the Shield gear. And what a match this was. This was a match, and I'm going to get through every little part of this. Most in the beginning, they start beating the hell out of Miz and his whole crew with steel chairs, kicking the shit out of them, beating them up, knocking them all over the place. Just carnage, like straight up carnage. And as they beat them with chairs and stuff, Kane and Strowman tried to get them, but they just kept coming back with chairs, knocking to the outside of the table, pretty much setting up some ladders that they put Kane and Strowman on both the announce tables as Seth and Dean went through it. Sheamus and Cesaro started going at Kurt Angle in the ring then, and stuff, and they tried to do a power bomb with Miz getting in doing a Shield power bomb, but next thing you know, Kurt Angle just starts hitting German suplexes all over the place on Cesaro, Sheamus, and Miz for a big thing. Kurt Angle started to come out and went for a choke slam, but then he got into an ankle lock. Then Strowman took down Kurt Angle then, which he pretty much picked him up and did a power slam through the table. And then next thing you know, they had to check on Kurt Angle and they get him out of there, the medical personnel. So they gave him a 2-on-5 match. So Kurt Angle got his moves in, and then next thing you know, about somewhat of a majority of this time, all the heels just started beating up Rollins and Ambrose, beating the crap out of them, doing double team moves on them. Tried to put them through a Dean Ambrose through a table, the Bar doing their finisher, but the table never went through, so botched mania moment right there. I am the table, I am the table. So botched table spot, and Strowman had to put him through another table then. As they kept beating him up, Seth Rollins tried to come at him out of his cane, tried to hit him with a chair, but he had Strowman with it. They did a stare down, and Miz had to keep the peace with him. And I still think that table spot was funny since they booed at him. But then here's the weird part. Then they go up the stage, and Miz brings out a garbage truck. So now we had a garbage truck in this match. Why, I don't know. And they tried to throw Rollins and Ambrose in, but they jumped off the garbage truck then, diving all of them. And then they started chasing the Miz over the place, then beating them with chairs. And then Strowman has to come break it up, and then Kane just comes in, punches Strowman, and just chokeslam him through the stage then. Even like a chokeslam, it's like he just jumped on him. It was just so quick. He chokeslammed him through the stage, and as Kane looked on, Strowman tried to get up, and then Kane just pulled the chair thing that's part of the stage and dropped like 10 chairs on Strowman, which was, well, why is this happening? Why is he betraying him? And then it is just Kane versus everybody then. Kane starts hitting the Miz. Kane starts beating up both Rollins and Ambrose, doing a double choke slam through the tables, which I believe one of the tables didn't even break then, after doing the double choke slam. And after he did the double choke slam, Sheamus and Cesaro started to get Ambrose and Rollins then. And then Strowman gets back up, and Miz tries to, it's 5 of us, he's begging, he's pleading with him. and then he just throws him into the stage. Then next thing you know, it's Strowman versus first it's Kane versus everybody. Now it's Strowman versus everybody. They start kicking the living shit out of Strowman, beating him up, and then they throw him in the back of the trash compactor, and they just they pretty much murdered him. This is the second time they murdered Braun Strowman on TV. Okay, first one with Reigns with the ambulance, and now they murdered Braun Strowman. They're thrown into a garbage truck. He's thrown into a garbage truck. Somehow he'll get up like Jason and come back tomorrow night. So since they murdered him, which is just fucking silly, really, with this. And Miz just had to think this out. They go back and then they go again and start beating up Rollins and Ambrose. And as they tried to get them and tried to end this, I guess they're going to do another shield bomb. Kurt Angle's music hits, which I'm surprised they even saved his music for later. He still had his shield gear on. They chanted, "You suck." He started beating up Sheamus, hitting him with a angle slam, and then angle slam Cesaro through the table. Then Kane's out there, and then Kurt takes him and hits him with an angle slam, and as Kane rolls out of the ring, Rollins and Kane tried to hit a tombstone, but Ambrose with a chair, and then they both spear Kane through the barricade. Then Miz tried to hit a skull crusher finale, but he didn't get the pin. Kurt then hit pretty much got a angle slam and an ankle lock on him. And as he tried to get the ankle lock, he didn't tap out, and he kicked, sorry I say a lot, but he kicked Angle out of the ring, and then next thing you know, all of the Shield, pretty much, Rollins and Ambrose get back in. They surround Miz. Rollins hit him with his Rainmaker V-trigger, then it's a Dirty Deeds, then Kurt Angle hits the Angle slam again, and then next thing you know, they both all hit the Shield triple power bomb on what they call the Olympic Shield bomb, and they get the win and won the match. Holy shit, what a clusterfuck of a match this was. Did it overstay its welcome in a way? Yeah, because like the crowd kind of died off a little once they got that garbage truck and they were in the back of the stage right there. That's where they just kind of died. And then I'm sure the crowd was confused, like Kane's beating up everybody, so is Kane a face now or heel? And then again, like I said, well, wasn't this dude on SmackDown in the begin with? And Strowman's getting beat up, and then the garbage truck thing, and then the versus Kane versus everybody, then the Strowman versus everybody, then the jumping Strowman, and now they betrayed him, even though Kane betrayed Strowman, shouldn't they be beating him up? So what is this going to be tomorrow night? Strowman versus the Bar, Miz, and Kane now? He's going to beat up all of them? I don't know. I'm not saying the match was good or bad, but there was just points where you just sit there like, what is this supposed to be? This makes no sense now. Okay, garbage trucks and people betrays and beating up Rollins and Ambrose for several minutes and nobody doesn't try to pin them. Kurt Angle being gone throughout half the match, and Kurt, they did what they did with Kurt, just to, he didn't, I guess it was a safer style and everything. It wasn't Kurt Angle doing any type of crazy moonsaults like you would see him do even currently. I can even say from last year. Like, let's be honest, we know Kurt Angle has been in the WWE ring for over 11 years, but it's not like Kurt Angle hasn't, been out of the ring that long. He's only been out the ring for the majority of this year, because he just came back. Like, come on, before he went to the Hall of Fame, he was still doing indie shows. He was still in Impact before he left. And I remember his last match over there was against Bobby Lashley and stuff. But yeah, wasn't Kurt Angle doing any type of insane moonsaults or something like that, something too crazy? He just pretty much did some Germans, some angle slams, and ankle lock, and Kurt did his thing, did a little brawl, pretty much using a chair and all that. So it was a crazy brawl out there. That's overall what it was. It was a brawl out in this match. I need to stop. Stupid camera needs to stop doing that also. But mostly in this entire show, this wasn't a bad show. Okay, let me make that very clear. This wasn't a bad show. If you want to call it the match of the night, it would be AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Just overall, probably one of the, I want to say one or two bad things out of the night won the Cruiserweight title match I just did not care for, okay? And maybe Asuka versus Emma, just because I believe Asuka should have just killed her in like 30 to 45 seconds, and it should have been done. Like, I didn't think we needed to have, you know, I didn't think Emma needed to get that much offense on, she didn't need to get that much offense on Asuka. So it was a really good night all over. And a lot of matches weren't bad. Pretty much decisive finishes. Nothing wasn't too screwy out there. Main event was all over the place and very confusing, but overall I called this a 2-match show really tonight. Because at first I was going to just call it a 1-match show, because of the Shield was going to do this. Because honestly, I was looking more forward to the Walking Dead than this pay-per-view. But then when AJ Styles got announced, then Kurt Angle's being announced, yeah, okay, it changed my whole mindset of it. And yeah, the other matches were pretty good too. I don't really care about the Cruiserweights that much. Like I said, Cruiserweight title match, I didn't really care because this new Enzo was winning in general. The tag team match, I had no idea what was going on. Was it good? Was it a spot fest? Yes, it was a good tag team match. I just didn't know what was really going on because I don't watch 205 Live. Women's matches, alright, I already went through the Asuka one. Sasha and Fox was good. Mickey and Bliss was pretty good too. I will say that. Even though they just went on some, I get tired of these old jokes about Mickey James, that she's not that old. And then it's like, we're talking about old, and here we're talking about Alexa Bliss's ass, about her butt then. So, yeah. But overall, TLC was not a bad pay-per-view. Okay, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. I find a lot of it enjoyable. Main event was a clusterfuck though, but hey, it was a match and it wasn't as bad, but it was just all over the place. I didn't think it made sense. I'm not saying it was Vince Russo booking, but it was insane out there brawl. I will say that. Just didn't get the Kane and Strowman betrayals. But yeah, it's still funny too. There was only 2 titles defended on this show. Just the women's and the cruiserweights, even though the tag team and the Intercontinental Champion are in the main event. And I knew Miz was taking the pin in general. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. There's no time telling when Roman and Bray Wyatt will still be out, because I don't know what they're going to do with the Shield now since Roman is not around. And we'll just have to find out and see what happens, really. So like I said, live reactions will be posted up tonight. I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace. I am going to watch The Walking Dead because it was the season premiere tonight. So see you guys later.